Alright, welcome everyone to a Rise of Cultures treasure hunt, formation guide, and strategy session. In this video, we are going to work our way through Classic Greece Stage 11. We will begin by selecting the level here on our map, and we will immediately notice that the enemy army is the same as previous eras. We will also notice that the damage bonus enemy buff is 10%, whereas it was 0 in the Minoan era. You'll also notice that the enemies are now from the Classic Greece era, as noted by the Classic Greece tag below. Now, it is not necessary for your own army to have any combat boost at this point, but you will likely have some levels into your Statue of Zeus and a few into a Temple of Artemis just through normal gameplay. And if you were completing Minoan era treasure hunt through level 60 before you moved on to Classic Greece, your boosts are more than enough. Now let's enter the battlefield. Before we begin with troop placement, I will show you the commanders that I use. I use a level 4 Herald, level 4 Leonidas, and a level 3 King Minos. Now this battlefield is weirdly shaped. You have 9 across in the middle, which is where we will put our infantry, which leaves us 8, or I guess 7 squares and 2 deep on the front and back. Now what I prefer to do here is place our cavalry and archers next to each other in the front and cavalry and archers next to each other in the back. Now I do this because the cavalry are going to charge the same point on the battlefield, and sometimes they charge the artillery and sometimes they don't quite make it there. Cavalry pathing is randomized and it's very difficult to predict. So when we start the battle, depending on whether or not they take out the artillery, that is going to depend on whether we drop Leonidas on the cannon or on the rangers in the back. So let's start the battlefield and see what happens. Now our cavalry instantly took out the artillery, which is the most desirable outcome. So that means we can drop Leonidas on the archers in the back, and some of the enemy infantry will turn around and attack the rear of Leonidas. So let's throw our boulder onto the archers as well. Now most of these archers, if you can see these tiny health bars here that were briefly there, are just about under half health. So when we drop the bull riders, if they do attack the archers, they will pretty much one-shot them. And so now we just finish off the last few enemy archers and we have a victory on stage 11.